Hey, Vonnie, can you hear me?
I can. Hey, how are you?
Good. I got David set up on Zoom today.
Good.
So
I'm sorry.
he said let's try for a call on Thursday. David, my brother.
Okay, yep. Just text me the time and that.
Okay. He was supposed to be on here.
Whenever you come up with.
Okay. He was going to be on here this evening. I've called him. I don't know where he is. So maybe he forgot.
Okay.
Destiny. Where's those earbuds? Are they in my face?
Yeah. No.
Bring them to me, please.
No, what? To talk to.
Hello?
Hey, everyone. Gotta make sure that I got you going. Whoa, it's 7 o'clock.
Hi, Christina.
Hi, how is everyone?
Great.
I hope we're all healthy.
Yep.
Good. I love that. Yep. Yeah, that's what I like to hear. Yep. We're all healthy. All right. Good. Good. And we have a group on tonight. This is great. Hi, I'm Christina Campbell, and I am a nationally registered certified master aromatherapist. I also have a bachelor's degree in holistic nutrition. I have been with Young Living for 20 1 year this year. Can you believe it? Young Living is only 26 years old this year. So I've been with it for that long, and I want to share with you, I want to take a really deep dive into Thieves so that you can really understand why it's so important to be proactive. Proactive is the word that I want to use tonight. I'm going to use other words that are similar to proactive as I go along. I do want to just give you a heads up. Stay on as long as you can. I am going to give you more information that will ever fit in your little pack. So I just, take notes if you choose to. That's great. But I really want to give you the best of the best on why Thieves and how we can enjoy a healthier lifestyle and, keep that coming. So first of all, I'm going to put you all on mute. That's what I've just decided to do because we have a lot of background. And I appreciate those guys and gals that are doing dishes while they're listening because you know what? You can learn anywhere. Okay? Would you mind bringing me the glass of water that I poured and then forgot it in the kitchen? I get so much talking through this mouth that I need to have my water. And I'm a big water drinker anyway. So first of all, I want to start out. Many of you, and if you raise your little hand, you can let me know if you already know about Thieves. If you've already heard about the story of Thieves. This is a basic, this is a kind of a condensed version of the story. So I'm going to give you the real facts. And warning here, this is going to be a bit lengthy, but I think that it's imperative for you to understand where our founder, Gary Young, got this story in the first place and the research that he did. Now, as an aromatherapist, I went to school for 3 years, and I went to the Australasian College of Health Sciences. I took my GI Bill, which paid 55%. I was in the United States Army. And one of the required reading books was this book, which was translated in 1937 by Robert Tisserand, who is a British aromatherapist. The name of this book is Gatfasse's Aromatherapy. And it's the first book on aromatherapy that was ever translated from French. And again, it's edited by Robert Tisserand. In this book, we're going to talk tonight about influenza. Oh my goodness. We're going to talk about influenza. Have you ever heard of that word? We're going to talk about what was going on back in the day and what they did in light of the influenza. In 1918, to fight influenza, we prepared a composition based on essences, and just know that in this book, essences are referring to essential oils because René Gatfasse was actually the father of aromatherapy. He is the one that coined the name aromatherapy, therapies using aroma. So in 1918, to fight the influenza, we prepared a composition based on essences containing Borneo and, in particular, sage essence. This composition of essences, dissolved in Turkey red oil soap, provided a stable emulsion with water. Since that influenza, which was called the Spanish flu, was developing into a serious epidemic, volatile antiseptics were indicated. For it is acknowledged that influenza is transmitted primarily via the respiratory tract and the natural orifices, ears, nose, eyes, mouth. Preventative treatment consisted of gargles and nose and eye and ear drops. as long practiced in hospitals housing contagious patients. The gargles consisted of emulsions containing 6 parts per thousand. This was highly diluted, 6 parts per thousand of an essential oil, a dose which has a clear and rapid sterilizing effect. For the nose and ear drops, we used oils containing the same dose of essence and even aqueous mixture, which means water added. And we were using the mixture above, it says. Patients' eyes were rinsed with a 2 parts per 1,000 million part solution of essence, which is less painful. This treatment, combined with the absorption of quinine, proved to be preventative and curative. Inhalations with the same substance placed in boiling water were also often used. Then it talks about amoebic dysentery, hemorrhoids, cancer, and then it goes into the plague. So the same mixture was used primarily as prophylactic agents, and the word prophylactic means preventative. In a hospital for patients with the plague, all junior personnel and patients without pulmonary conditions were obliged to gargle twice a day with 6 parts per 1,000 million parts solution of essences to administer nose drops of aromatic oil. Of a staff of 35 men, over a period of 5 months, only 2 fatigue men, these were men who were responsible for internment. Interment means burying the dead, okay? Only 2 died of pneumonic plague out of 35 men using what they were having them use. The next paragraph starts with the, quote, 4 thieves vinegar, unquote, greatly used in centuries past, was more prophylactic than a remedy for this disease, which progresses so quickly that no attempt was even made to treat any of the victims that had already gotten the influenza. About 10 years ago, Professor Bonnet, now remember, this is written in 1937, so 10 years before that, 1927, Professor Bonnet of Marseille, a correspondent member of the Academy of Medicine, presented a paper about the celebrated remedy to that learned assembly. During the plague of 1720 to 21, he said it was frequently used in Marseille to fight the disease. The formula had allegedly been developed by 4 thieves who robbed the bodies of plague victims without fear of the disease. When arrested, their lives were spared on condition that they divulged the formula, which they immediately disclosed and posted on the walls of the city by the aldermen. The Museum of Old Marseille still has a copy of this poster. The formula was as follows. Take 3 pints of strong white wine vinegar, add a handful each of wormwood, meadowsweet, wild marjoram, and sage, 50 cloves, 2 ounces of campanula roots, 2 ounces of angelica, rosemary, and horehound, and 3 large measures of camphor. Place the mixture in a container, let it set for 15 days, strain it and express it into a bottle. Use it by rubbing it on the hands, on the ears, the temples from time to time when approaching a plague victim. The odor of the Marseille vinegar kept away insects and probably fleas, which are known to play an important part in the propagation of this disease. In 1758, Codex modified this formula, adding rue, garlic, and calamus. It appears that the anecdote of the 4 thieves of Marseille is only a repetition of a very much older story. The version, which was probably the original, is reported, according to M.A. Rollet, by a 15th century author from Auvergne, France as followed. During the former Great Plague of 1413, 4 thieves went to plague victims, strangled them in their beds, and then robbed their homes, for which they were condemned to be burned alive, but to lighten their sentence, they disclosed their secret protection, and they were hanged instead. The people of Marseille claimed to be more lenient and grateful since they had spared the lives of the 4 thieves. In any case, and whatever its origin, this vinegar was a type of antiseptic based on aromatic substances. All modern aromatic substances using essences from the 4 thieves vinegar, but are infinitely stronger today. Okay, so again, that book is Gatfasse's Aromatherapy, written by René Maurice Gatfasse, who was a French perfumer. And it says on the back of the book, and for those of you who have, raise your hand if you've listened to The Missing Link. And if you're new in my organization, every single new person in my organization from the beginning of this year now receives a copy of the CD, The Missing Link. It says, here's the missing link in essential oil literature, the first modern work written by the man who coined the word aromatherapy. So there are very many renditions of this story. But the fact is that aromatic plants have the ability to protect us from whatever plague may be out there. And we're going to show you why. We have the research. 21st century protection with these. We're going to fast forward. I had to turn my light on. We're going to fast forward into the 21st century where D. Gary Young introduces a formula to the modern world, and it becomes the #1 defense for modern day plague. #1 defense. This is what it contains. It's called Thieves, and it contains the oils of clove. Remember, in the vinegar solution, there were 50 cloves of clove, 50 buds of clove. It also has lemon. Lemon has been studied and proven to be very, very effective in very diluted ratios, 0.02% against typhoid. It's also got cinnamon bark, highly anti-infectious, eucalyptus radiata, which is really good for respiratory support, and it has rosemary in it. Let me give you a little history of clove. I love history. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. I hope you do. You'll always get anatomy, physiology, and history from Christina Campbell and her classes on Tuesday and Thursday night. So I liked this history on the mystery of Ternate. So Ternate was an island, and it was in the Moluccas archipelago, which is, archipelago means that it's a chain of tiny islands. And in Moluccas, there was a site that had extensive clove cultivation in the 16th century. So there was a lot of clove trees there. When the Dutch destroyed the clove trees to protect their monopoly, the native inhabitants were literally decimated by disease. Researchers attributed the sudden onset of epidemics to the lack of clove leaves and flowers sufficient to purify the air. You see, these people were used to having something around them in nature that promoted health every day. I always say, you know, on the third day of creation, God made the plants to be not only our food and for our beauty, but for our medicine. And when you remove those plants, when you remove plant food from your diet and eat processed food and all of that, you're removing the life and the power that comes from God's natural plants. So let's dig even deeper into this clove, the power of clove. I don't know if you knew this, but did you know that clove oil is the highest antioxidant oil in the world? In the world. with an ORAC source of over 1 million. This is the antioxidant scale. ORAC stands for oxygen radical absorption capacity. And it's the method of measuring the antioxidant capacity of different foods. So this is an extremely powerful antioxidant. You know, they tell you green tea is an antioxidant. They tell you red wine is an antioxidant. Yes, they have antioxidant properties, but nothing, I mean nothing compared to clove oil. So why is it such a powerful antioxidant? Because of its natural chemical complexity. That is the key to its effectiveness. And clinical studies have shown, and I'm going to show you these studies here in just a minute, that clove alone can kill over 60 different gram-negative and positive bacteria, 13 different molds and fungi, and 2 viruses. So let's look at what kind of bacteria, fungi, and viruses clove has been shown to kill in the laboratory. Now, these tests were done between 1980 and 2002. And they were done by a number of different places, but the 2 viruses that they tested it against. Now remember, these are only the bacteria, viruses, and funguses that were tested. So there's many, many more. And if it can kill herpes 1 and herpes 2, which it shows here has been tested, and this was tested in 2000, what other viruses can it kill? I'm just asking the question. I'm not even expecting an answer. It could maybe kill the plague, right? Look at the different molds and funguses, and we're going to dive deep into killing mold as we go through this class tonight. It'll kill Aspergillus parasiticus, which is it's a bad mold for the lungs. Also, cladosporium. We're going to show you how it can kill that. And what was the other one? Oh, well, I'll show you later on. But here's that list. There's 13 of them, I think. And then bacterias, let's look at some of them. E. coli. Some of them that you might be familiar with. Streptococcus, Pseudomonas aeruginosa, Streptococcus aureus. We know that MRSA, methicillin-resistant Staphylococcus aureus. That's what MRSA is. Streptococcus pneumonia is another one of the gram-negative and positive bacteria. Micrococcus luteus. We're going to look at some of these. And I think that's probably all that we recognize, you know, on an everyday basis. But this is the study. Okay, so what we did then, Young Living, when I say we, I'm talking about Young Living. In 1997, we did our own study. Dr. Young, Dr. Oberg, and Sue Chow, who at that time was the head of the research department, they tested Thieves essential oil with clove, lemon, cinnamon, eucalyptus radiata, and rosemary cineol for its antimicrobial effects against pathogenic aerosols, one of them being Micrococcus luteus. This is a common gram-positive bacteria. They also tested it against Pseudomonas aeruginosa, which is a gram-negative bacteria found in soil and dust that can cause serious infections in immune-compromised hosts, and against Staphylococcus aureus, which is a gram-positive, opportunistic human pathogen carried by over 30% of our population. And in the next slides, you're going to see the results of these tests. Are you liking this? Just give me a yeah or raise your hand. Are you getting good at good? I love thumbs up. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I'm loving it. I'm loving sharing it with you. Okay, so the effect of Thieves on aerosol-borne bacteria. And here you have Micrococcus luteus, Pseudomonas aeruginosa, and Staphylococcus aureus. Now, this is before using Thieves, and the blue is before, and the reddish is after. Now, what they did was they're able to isolate the units or the count of bacteria in a small area, and then they put the Thieves in that area and see how quickly it dissipates. And you can see that from 4,000, it's going down to less than 1,000, from 2,000 almost to nothing, and from over 2,000 to just a little over 1,000. And that, okay, why is it? That was at the very onset of the Thieves. So if they continued to diffuse, here's 0 minutes, here's 3 minutes, here's 6 minutes, here's 9 minutes, and here's 12 minutes. So we literally have it down by about 90, I think they said it was 94% kill rate, just by using Thieves antiseptic action through an aerosol form. Okay, so that's good information. Now let's talk about, that was mold, that was bacteria. Now let's talk about inhibiting toxic molds. The toxic mold Aspergillus parasiticus is a soil-borne fungus that lives on growing matter and decaying plant matter. This mold produces mycotoxins as metabolic byproducts. And one of those mycotoxins, which is called aflatoxin B1, has been identified as being the most toxic. It has been shown in many studies to be carcinogenic, hepatotoxic, which means that it's damaging to the liver, and it's mutagenic, which means it mutates cell DNA. Dr. Rodwin Farag found that clove oil at very minute levels, and this is what I really want you to get in your mind. Minute levels being 0.06%. Now, I don't even know how to measure that in, say, an ounce of water. 0.06% is a very, very small amount. It is a lot less than you're diffusing in a water diffuser. And it totally inhibited the mold and the aflatoxin production. Now, one of the things that I like to discuss when I'm talking about aflatoxin B1 in particular, you know, we're getting more and more nut allergies. You've probably heard that, right? And I believe that nut allergies are caused by molds on the nuts, predominantly in peanuts. You'll, if you did your research on peanut storage in America, like everybody's going to run out and do that research, right? You're going to find that they're put in warehouses and they're stored there for, you know, quite a length of time, and mold begins to develop on these peanuts. I've always said, you know, they just need a pure oil diffuser in there and diffuse those peanuts for a good 72 hours, and we probably wouldn't see the adverse reactions or the responses that we do, the allergies that we do from the peanuts, because I think that it's aflatoxin B1. I believe that it's that mycotoxin. So that's just my theory, you know, take out what you want, throw away the rest. But I think that there's some validity to how molds and funguses are affecting, you know, the way we live. Because, you know, we're really against bleach. And I'll tell you why. Bleach actually, and antiseptic hand washes, like I'm just going to mention a few, Dial, Purell, all of these things that have chemicals rather than natural, I want to call it predators, because, you know, you have the plants in nature and they're alive, and then they have a way of combating those predators, right? Those bad bacteria, molds, fungus in nature. But the chemicals mutate the bacteria that have come along through evolution with us. And we are actually exacerbating mutated, what do they call them? They call them super germs by using chemicals instead of using natural products. Those hand sanitizers, Germex, Perel, Dial antibacterial hand soap, antibacterial dish soaps, all of these, the antibacterial components are nothing but pure chemicals. And they are causing these intelligent bacteria and molds to morph, to actually become superbugs. Okay, so what would you do about mold if you had mold? Well, a mold expert by the name, and he's a friend of ours, Dr. Edward Close, you may know him as well. He actually stumbled on an amazingly powerful non-toxic method of tox removal in his wife's aromatherapy kit. In 2005, Edward Close, who has a PhD in environmental, I don't know if it's environmental health. Grab his book off the shelf. He's retired now, but he was a mold remediation consultant. He had over 30 years of experience in the environmental industry. And he was asked, it's on the top shelf on the left, and it's a black book. And it's Mold RX. Yeah. I think it has his credentials on his book. This is an excellent book, by the way. Let's see if you can see this. Get me up. Nature's Mold RX, non-toxic solution for toxic mold by Dr. Edward Close. And I'm sure Kenneth can find his credentials somewhere in the front of the book or somewhere. Okay, so he was asked to do third-party sampling for mold in an apartment complex that had been flooded. The complex had been evacuated, and later it was put up for sale. The buyer who was renovating the apartments had paid a company which had used the strongest stuff that they knew of. It was a hospital disinfectant. Yet Dr. Close's sampling showed that either the product had not killed the mold or that the mold had already reestablished itself, because mold spores replicate. They're one of the fastest growing plants on our planet. So by much urging from his wife, he diffused Thieves oil in the apartments for a 24-hour period. And the research project yielded astonishing results. After 2 weeks later, they were even more astonishing. And I want to show you that test. So here again is the mold expert, Dr. Close, measuring the spores count per cubic meter. And when he went into that apartment complex, cladosporium was up over 2,267 spores per cubic meter. A cubic meter is a very small area, isn't it, Kenneth? Very small. It had almost little to none of the penicillin aspergillus, but it had about 453 spores per cubic meter of the Stachybotrys. Stachybotrys, by the way, is the black killer mold. So when you see black mold, that's more times than none, that's your Stachybotrys. So these were the results after using the hospital disinfectant, a fungicide, and a bleach. They had gotten some of the spores, but actually the aspergillus grew from the bleach, the household disinfectant, and the fungicide. What are his credentials? Oh, he has plenty of credentials. So he, he's written many papers. He's an expert in environmental science, and he has a PhD from Johns Hopkins University in Baltimore in environmental engineering. That's what I wanted to remember. He was an environmental engineer. Okay, so he decided to diffuse thieves for 24 hours in this apartment complex. Now, I want to preface this by saying he did not use a water diffuser. He used a pure oil diffuser. And Young Living no longer provides us the ability to buy pure oil diffusers. If you want a pure oil diffuser, we're going to talk about them a little later, but TheraPro is one that you're going to want to look for. And or if you can find a used Aromalux, or even if you've been in as long as I have, you may still have an oil diffuser with a glass nebulizer. And we still have one. I sold most of them because people, they just wanted the glass diffusers because they would put out the pure oil. But anyway, after 24 hours, look at the spore count drop. Now, what's really interesting is that the spore count continued to fall even after 2 weeks of not diffusing. He only diffused for 24 hours. Now, a TheraPro diffuser on high, keeping a 15 ml bottle of Thieves in it for 24 hours, you're going to use 3 full bottles of Thieves. So anytime that you have mold in your basement, maybe in a basement bedroom that got water in it somehow through the wall board or whatever, you're going to diffuse it for a minimum of 24 hours. And then I kind of follow up with scrubbing the carpet, you know, with a carpet shampooer with Thieves cleaner, and using Thieves cleaner to maybe wash down the wall board. It's just added protection. But this will kill it. And I know because we've had experience with mold in our own basement. Weber State University showed that only 20 minutes of diffusing pure essential Thieves essential oil blend killed 99.2% and 99.3% of all airborne Micrococcus luteus bacteria in 2 separate trials. And the longer that the oil was diffused, the greater reduction of microorganisms. And this study was done in 1996. This is the Aromalux diffuser, which is no longer sold by Young Living. I actually have 2 of them. I'm not going to sell them. I like to, if we're under the weather at all, which is not being preventative, but when we get something, if we get something, I stick my nose right where that oil comes out and I breathe it in. It's almost like what Rene Gattefossé said in his book about putting a dilution of essence in the nose. In the nose. Put it in your mouth. You can put Thieves straight in your mouth. You can gargle with it. You can put it in a dish of boiling water and cover your head and breathe it in that way. And it's really good to open the pores of the skin. And for teenagers, if they have acne, this is going to kill bacteria on that skin. I mean, there's just, I can't even give you all of the incidences that we could use Thieves on. Now, we're really becoming more and more aware of some of these studies that I produced this in 2005 or 2012 or something like that. A long time ago. Let me just put it that way. I produced these many, many years ago. And so, but the facts haven't changed. The facts haven't changed at all. And now we're so aware with seeing our daycares shutting down that this is really a petri dish for sharing bacteria and viruses, isn't it? So a study in the April issue of the Archives of Pediatric and Adolescent Medicine revealed that children in daycare are sick more often than their stay-at-home counterparts. The study followed about 1,200 children from infancy to 3, and the children were put through a battery of tests, and their parents were interviewed extensively as a part of the study. The researchers found that children in daycare were more likely to develop diarrhea, upper respiratory infections, and ear infections during the first years of their life than children who stay at home. With that being said, what would be one of the best proactive ways of not having this happen? Simply diffusing thieves in daycare. Now, I have a gal who's on here quite regularly. Her name is April Mulqueeny, and she actually is a daycare worker and has been since she graduated from college. And right now, her daycare is still open, but they're only receiving children of first responders, you know, like firemen and hospital workers and policemen. That's the only children that they're taking. But what April has done these few years that we've known each other is she washes all their toys in Thieves Cleaner. She uses Thieves Cleaner to wipe down all the counters, the bathrooms, the bathroom sinks, all of that. She is very, very proactive in her daycare. And they have very little illness in her daycare. So that's really good news. The fourth leading cause of death in the United States is infections caught in hospitals. Betsy McCauley, who was the former lieutenant governor of New York and founder of the Committee to Reduce Infectious Deaths, said, "These hospital infections kill as many people each year in our country as AIDS, breast cancer, and auto accidents combined." So here we have Maureen Daly's mother, who was a healthy 63-year-old woman, when she had a surgery to fix a broken shoulder. However, after being admitted to the hospital, Daly's mother got an infection that left her immobilized and on a respirator. Daly was told that life-threatening germs are inevitable, and they're an inevitable fact of hospital life. And you can probably guess what infection spreads rampantly in hospital situations. And it's an acronym. It's that MRSA, MRSA. Also, we have one now called C. diff. C. diff is the other one. And the good news is that if we diffuse in our loved one's hospital room, we can know that we are killing airborne bacteria and viruses. So I wouldn't go to the hospital, number one. And if I did have to go to the hospital, I'd make sure I had a diffuser under each arm when I was going in there. I know now many of the gyms are closed. Go figure. I've been teaching this about gyms for many, many years. ABC News found that there were dangerous germs lurking on gym equipment. And what they did was they conducted a test to find out just how many germs people could encounter when they were working out. So Dr. Philip Tierno, a microbiologist, said that the large number of people, exposed skin, and sweat present at gyms could be perfect for spreading infections. And yes, we know that's true. ABC News staffers took swabs to almost every piece of gym equipment, and they used and brought the samples to Tierno's lab at New York University Hospital. Tierno found the germs of Staph aureus, Klebsiella, Enterobacter, and E. coli. All of these can cause various ailments. When the gyms reopen, make sure you're bringing a spray bottle of Thieves. I know Kim's got all the spray bottles of Thieves in the other room. You're going to want to make sure that you have your hand sanitizer. You know, you can put it on a D-ring in a little holder and put it on your gym bag. You also want to just bring the Thieves oil and put a couple of drops in your hands and rub your hands together and rub it around your clothing and your hands and your arms. Take a drop of it in your mouth. All of these things are very preemptive, proactive. So the good news is that many years ago, one of my missions was to get every healthcare facility in the state of Illinois using Young Living essential oils because MRSA was so rampant. And I actually had done a lot of research on nursing homes in New Jersey and in hospitals in New York who were using these wonderful therapeutic grade essential oils. And to date, I had 25 nursing homes in Illinois who had been introduced and were using the essential oils in their facility. I don't work that anymore. I'm encouraging you to go out. All you have to do is call any nursing home facility Tell them that you would like to do a in-service and to their staff, not to the nursing home patients, but to their staff, and teach them about how they can kill airborne bacteria and viruses in their facility by diffusing Thieves. There's so many other things that you can use in the nursing home facility, and I actually have a whole presentation on nursing homes and what kinds of oils can help what kinds of situations. And I also have a presentation on Alzheimer's. So, you know, if you keep following me and you keep showing up on Tuesday and Thursday night, you'll get it all. 3 ways to enjoy Thieves. There are 3 ways to use Thieves oil. You can rub it on topically or on location. You can breathe it through the nose and through diffusing into the air, and you can use it internally. We have a Thieves Vitality that is for internal use. Only therapeutic grade essential oils of Young Living can be taken internally because we really don't know what's in these other oils, do we? So how else can I use Thieves from morning till night? You can rub 3 or 4 drops on each foot in the morning. It gives immediate immune support. Lemon has been studied, and I taught this last week on my healthy immune system class. Lemon has been studied and shown to increase the leukocyte and lymphocyte production in the bone marrow. This means it increases the proliferation of white blood cells. White blood cells are the good guys. These are the guys with the white cowboy hats, and they're out there killing the guys with the black cowboy hats, the bad guys. So 3 to 4 drops on each foot in the morning gives immediate immune support. You can use these because clove is an analgesic. You can use it to rub on joints topically as well for pain relief. You can diffuse it in your place of business. You can swish it in your mouth or rub it on your chest to support the respiratory and digestive systems. You can place a couple of drops in your famous pumpkin pie recipe, and I've done this. And I know Terry Seacrest has as well. She's our Royal Crown Diamond. She makes pumpkin pie with these. I also make lemon meringue pie with lemon oil. So you can cook. So you just can't get enough of Thieves? Good, because you can apply it to the gums to support a healthy mouth. Kenneth has been known to put it on his toothbrush and brush his teeth, even though he's using Thieves toothpaste. He also likes to put wintergreen on his toothbrush because it enhances bone health. You can diffuse it in your home or business to reduce exposure to mold. You can add it to orange juice and drink to prevent phlegm and respiratory congestion. You can apply it to warts topically. It will kill warts. Just be diligent. You keep doing it until it's gone. You can inhale it and you can ingest it in capsules. Now, on my immune system class last week, I talked about something that we haven't heard about in a long time. Before we had Inner Defense, we used to make our own capsules. We were very creative as young living youngsters back in the day. Actually, when I was at the first conventions, the average age of Young Living distributors or members was 53 years of age. Now, the average age of a Young Living member or distributor is around 35. People are getting it. And I just keep getting older. But anyway, you can also use Thieves undiluted to the toes and feet to help support healthy nails. Now, I'm specifically talking about nail fungus here. And I will tell you that Thieves is a good choice, Melrose is a good choice, and lemongrass is the best choice. If you know of anybody who has toenail fungus, lemongrass is the very best choice. It will discolor your nails, but it will kill the fungus. And you can have beautiful new toenails it takes about 6 months for a healthy person's toenails to completely grow out and have no sign of that systemic candida, because that's what toenail fungus is. You can put it on the tip of your tongue to help you stop smoking. You can rub it on the bottoms of your children's feet for protection before school every day. And I would recommend you are rubbing Thieves on the bottom of these kids' feet every day, whether they're in school or not. Boost that immune system. Diffuse it in the house when your children come home from school or during the day if they're at home. You know, somebody asked me the other day, two or 3 days ago, they said, it was last week actually, how long should you diffuse in your house? You know, should you stop diffusing after a couple of hours or when the diffuser goes off the first time? Well, the desert mist and the dewdrop diffuser can go up to 4 to 8 hours, I think. I recommend, because it's in a dilution of water, that you can diffuse all day long. It's not going to hurt you. It's not going to hurt anyone. I will say that if you're using a pure oil diffuser and you're not keeping it in the room that has mold, because you don't want to be in that room anyway. If you're remediating that mold, you don't want to be in there while the mold is in there. So you're going to put that diffuser, that pure oil diffuser, in the room and close the door. But if you're using a pure oil diffuser in your environment where you sit and watch TV or whatever, I only recommend diffusing Thieves up to 20 minutes. And the reason is because Thieves is so powerful that if you have a toxic system, you will start to detoxify and you'll probably get a headache. Now, I probably should say you may get a headache, not probably, you may get a headache, because out of the thousands of people that I have in my organization, I've had 3 people over 20 years state that they got a headache from diffusing pure Thieves oil for over 20 minutes. So, you know, it's detoxing the body. And oils have been known to ingest petrochemicals, especially petrochemicals around receptor sites in the brain and in the nervous system and throughout the body. So this is a good thing. It's a very, very good thing. You want to get rid of those petrochemicals in the body, especially, you know, since they have accumulated over many years and they can cause cell death and lethargy. So diffusing, even lemon can do that. So diffuse in your nursing homes, in the hospitals, and in your daycare centers. Diffuse in the office to increase concentration and work efficiency as well. Rosemary has been known to increase concentration and memory. So somebody was asking me today, what oil is good for memory? And you know, I couldn't remember. So I just remembered, and I need to diffuse more rosemary. Rosemary, rosemary, rosemary. Yes, I have a strange sense of humor. Okay, so let's talk about symptoms of toxicity for just a moment, because you may or may not be aware that the United States is the largest producer of household chemicals in the world. You know, don't you find it interesting that we are the largest producers of chemicals in the world, and we have the most deaths right now from this pandemic than any other country on the planet? Wow. So let's be aware of some of the symptoms of chemical toxicity: allergies, headaches, irritability, insomnia, skin rashes, chronic respiratory illness. If you're using household chemicals or personal care products with chemicals in them at this time, what it's doing is it's weakening your weakening your respiratory system. And if you were to be exposed, the chances of you combating that exposure is going to be less than positive, because you're compromising your system. Hyperactivity, depression, fibromyalgia, poor concentration, and it negatively affects the nervous system as well. Symptoms of chemical toxicity. The most common deadly household chemicals: are triclosan, which is an antibacterial agent, which is found in 75% of hand soaps and 67% of dish soaps. 36 products were sampled, and they contain triclosan. Some people pronounce it triclosan. This is an antibacterial agent, and it's registered as a pesticide with the Environmental Protection Agency, and it is a chlorophenol, which is a class of chemicals suspected of causing cancer. Another one of these most common deadly household chemicals, and I beg that you go after this class and you go into your bathroom and you check your personal care items if they're not 100% Young Living, and see if any of them have sodium lauryl sulfate or SLS. This is used in shampoos, it's used in body washes, it's used in bubble baths to cause them to suds. And oh, by the way, it's in your toothpaste if you're not using Young Living toothpaste, and it is directly related to loss of hearing and loss of eyesight. Propylene glycol is antifreeze. Antifreeze detrimental to the liver. Check on your personal care products and even baby food. Propylene glycol is even found in baby food now as a preservative. I'm going to mute everyone. I think we have a few that came on late, maybe. Okay. Yeah, they put propylene glycol in baby food. That's just ludicrous. DEA is another deadly household chemical. This chemical is found in over 600 cosmetic and personal care products and is linked to cancer through skin exposure. And mineral oil. Mineral oil has been shown to cause liver toxicity. And on my babies and children class that I had a couple of weeks ago, I talked about the dangers of Johnson & Johnson's baby oil because it's predominantly mineral oil, and mineral oil causes liver toxicity. Okay, so we want to introduce to you way more than just the Thieves oil. We want to introduce the Thieves household cleaner. I don't clean my house. I have a housekeeper, and I require that she use nothing but Thieves cleaner. She cleans my toilets, my glass tabletops, my kitchen, my floors. Everything gets cleaned with Thieves household cleaner. You can use it everywhere. Your bathroom, your laundry room, your kitchen, your countertops, your floors, your windows. I use it to clean the inside and outside of my car. Kenneth uses it to get the bugs off the grill of his Ford 350 truck tank. You can use it in children's rooms and daycare centers and senior centers and doctors' offices and dentist offices. My chiropractor uses it on her tables after each adjustment. Okay, somebody's playing around with the Zoom and putting lines all over my screen. Let me see. How do I get rid of these? And we will erase. Okay. Maybe this is your homeschooling time for your kids. Also, dentist offices, spas, hospitals, and it's great for clothing stains. One of our good friends, Joan Llewellyn, who is in Maryland, she's not an MD, as it states here, she lives in Maryland. Her husband, Lloyd, loves his cars more than anything. So the other day when he was out cleaning his car, he was using Thieves cleaner on the inside of the car, and he came in and he said, "This Thieves cleaner is great for cars. They should tell everybody about this." Yes, Lloyd, you should. Tell everybody about it. The nice thing about the Thieves cleaner is on the back side of the bottle is a dilution ratio. And it's going to basically tell you that 1 capful of Thieves household cleaner to 2 cups of water is an all-purpose cleaner. And it'll tell you what to use for degreasing, for clothing stains, for glass. It has a dilution ratio for glass as well. You can use a stain remover roll-on. Just take a capful of Thieves household cleaner and add it to a 15 ml bottle of empty bottle with a roll on, and you can just use it in the laundry room. So if you're wondering what to do with those empty Thieves bottles, make sure you put a roller ball on it with some Thieves cleaner in it, and you've got a stain stick. Good idea, huh? Okay, now I have to get rid of this little eraser. Not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. Oh, bear with me just a minute, guys. I gotta get rid of my eraser. It's not letting me get rid. Oh, here. Okay. All right, I'm good to go now. Okay, we also have hand soap and hand sanitizer. And you know that bacteria lives in our hands, and washing your hands with Thieves hand soap, a plant-based cleaner, will cleanse, defend, and condition the skin with therapeutic grade essential oils, the blend of Thieves, which are pure lemon, and Young Living has also put orange oil in there, and aloe, ginkgo biloba, and vitamin E. And it's dispensed as a rich foam. I love this. I have it in my kitchen, my bathrooms. Upstairs bathroom has lavender foaming hand soap, but every one of my bathrooms has foaming hand soap. Your bathroom should as well. Thieves foaming hand soap contains gentle ingredients so that it can be used often without stripping the skin. And the same thing with our waterless hand purifier. You can use this throughout the day, and I do. So you don't use but like a drop, and then you just rub your hands with it. It's like a lotion. It doesn't dry them out. Plus they smell so good because they added peppermint to that. It's been dermatologist tested as well, so it's not going to cause breakouts. It's not going to, with the Purell and the Germex and all of that, it causes the tips of the fingers to crack and bleed. And then now you've opened yourself to infection. So, it's just kind of a no-brainer. Young Living also has things to kiss throat discomfort goodbye. Lozenges and cough drops to the rescue. I realize that right now the cough drops are out of stock, but the last time I looked, the lozenges were still in stock. And they'll bring these back as quickly as they can because they understand how badly we all need this stuff out there. So you can refresh your mouth and breath and provide soothing relief for your throat. These lozenges deliver the power of Thieves, the university-tested essential oil blend, along with the flavor of natural peppermint and lemon essential oils. Elizabeth Williams, who is Terry Seacrest's only daughter, is a college voice major. She sings beautifully. And she doesn't go anywhere without her Thieves lozenges. They completely soothe her throat before and after a performance. Okay, so also think about spraying your way to health with Thieves spray. Now, right now, the Thieves spray, the Thieves hand sanitizer are out of stock if you buy them separately, but buy a Thieves kit. They're still in the Thieves kits. And you're not only going to get that, but you're going to get 2 bottles of the Thieves cleaner, 2 bottles of the hand soap, the toothpaste, the mouthwash. Get the Thieves Essential Rewards kit or buy another a starter kit, a Thieves starter kit. It's a good value. And you're going to get all of these Thieves products. Spray this spray on grocery cart handles, toilet seats, airline seats, door handles, enclosed areas, inside shoes, keyboards, spray phones with it, and hotel bedding. I don't go anywhere without my oils, and I spray everything down. And then we usually bring a diffuser as well. And we have an RV. We have a fifth wheel, actually, because I don't like to stay in hotels, knowing how many germs and bacteria and bed bugs that they have in these facilities. I'd rather just pull my own house, right? So we do. We pull a 40-foot fifth wheel. Thieves also has a 21st century oral care line. We have the Thieves whitening toothpaste, which I think is out of stock right now, but we have the other toothpaste still in stock. Dentarome Plus we have in stock, Dentarome Ultra, Aroma Bright, and we have the Kid Sense toothpaste. All of these have healthy oils in them. And then we have Thieves mouthwash, You should be gargling with Thieves mouthwash on a regular basis. Usually when I buy mouthwash, I buy 4 bottles at a time. When I get down to the last bottle, I buy 3 more bottles. So I always have mouthwash on hand, dental floss, all of these are really good. So Thieves, other uses in dentistry. Back in the day, eugenol, thymol, and carbachol had been used in dentistry during the 19th century. And they used these oils for root canal therapy, temporary fillings, and cements. They used them for periodontal therapy, alveolar abscesses, and stomatitis. In 1945, Materia Medica textbook for dentists lists the essential oils of clove, cinnamon, eucalyptus. They might as well use Thieves, right? Peppermint, spearmint, and wintergreen as dental antiseptics. Thieves is highly antiseptic for the mouth. It's going to kill bad breath, germs that cause bad breath. It's going to kill bacteria that causes bone loss. We know that it's been effective against periodontal disease and gingivitis. So you should be using Thieves toothpaste, Thieves mouthwash, and Thieves dental floss. This is actually a packet of, I think you get 10 of these Thieves whitening toothpaste samples that you can, share with your friends so that they can try the powerful effects of the Thieves toothpaste. This is currently designated, generally regarded as safe by the FDA. So your question may be, how can I afford all these great Thieves products? Let's see where you might already be spending some money. If you're not using the Thieves dish soap, which I actually love, you can swap out the dish soap that you're already buying that may have antibacterial chemicals in it that's going to cause problems with your immune system. If you're spending money on bleach, don't buy another bottle of bleach. I am highly allergic to chlorine bleach. And it may have been from overuse of it when my kids were little, but I can't have chlorine in any water that I drink. Also, if you're buying abrasive cleansers, tile and bath cleaner, floor cleaners, window wash, car cleaning products, any dental hygiene products that we are talking about, chemically laden hand sanitizers and hand soap, room deodorizers. Hopefully nobody on here buys room deodorizers. They have their diffusers. Cough medicines and throat lozenges. All you have to do is transfer the dollars that you're already spending on any of these products and put that money on life-giving Thieves products. It's just a wise way to promote your health, a wise way. Let's talk a minute about Essential Rewards. This is actually the Essential Rewards Thieves kit. So you get a 15 ml bottle of Thieves, you get a toothpaste, mouthwash, 2 14.4 ounce bottles of the Thieves cleaner, 2 hand sanitizers, 2 sprays, and 2 Thieves foaming hand soap. That's a very good deal, a very good deal. So you can also get the Young Living Thieves starter kit, and it has everything I just mentioned, except it has an additional bottle of Stress Away with a roller ball, and it has 2 packs of Ningxia Red, and I think it has some little sample bottles. But you can get the Thieves starter kit. No, it does not have the sample bottles anymore. I just gave my chiropractor a Thieves starter kit to display in her office because people ask, how come it smells so good in here? What do you use for bacteria and germs? And she's got the whole kit displayed. So you can even enjoy more savings and receive free products as you make Thieves a way of life. Here is the Thieves dish soap and the Thieves cleaner in this little basket or whatever that is. Thieves Essential Rewards pack. You will earn 10, 20, and up to 25% in free products on each shipment. If you're new with Young Living, the first 3 months, you're going to earn 10% rebate on anything you buy from Young Living that has PV. After the 3rd month, starting with your 4th month up till the 24th month that you are a member of the loyalty program Essential Rewards, you're going to receive 20% back rebate. That is huge. And because of being a loyal member, after 24 months, that goes up to 25% and it stays there for the rest of your life. I have been collecting Essential Rewards points since 2005. I usually order the max that I can order because I want to get all the freebies, right? And if you do that, if you order the max amount that you can order, you know, depending on what that monthly promo top is, and it's usually $300 to $400 in products a month. I just look at it as my grocery store money, right? Because I buy a lot of the foods from Young Living. We buy the einkorn spaghetti, we buy the Balance Complete, the Sleek, we buy the protein bites, we buy the Ningxia Wolfberries and the Ningxia Red, the Juva Power, all of our supplements come from Young Living. So that's my grocery money. I'm spending it wisely on stuff that's going to help my health. We also have free shipping with YL Go, which is supposed to end tonight. Oh yes, there's a secret. It's either April 1st or April 4th. Young Living will be announcing a new and better free shipping program. So better tells me maybe it's not going to cost us anything. I don't know. I truly don't know the answer to that, but I do know that you need to keep an eye on your Young Living email that comes in so that you can take advantage of the new shipping promotion that they're going to be putting out in the next couple of days. So we also have Essential Reward kits, and these are just recommendations for your Essential Rewards so that you can feel better every month. This is the Wellness Essential Reward Kit. It has Master Formula, Life 9, Lemon Vitality, and the Wild branded stainless steel mug. And this is 5 to 6% cheaper than if you were to buy these products separately. We also have the Personal Care Essential Rewards Kit. This comes with Thieves Dental Floss, Lavender Calming Bath Bombs, Thieves Aroma Bright Toothpaste, Sacred Frankincense Essential Oil, Charcoal Bar Soap, Lavender Hand and Body Soap, Lotion, Satin Facial Scrub, and the Wild branded loofah. Okay, so everything that I've said tonight is true, but I have to give you this disclaimer that says this presentation was designed to help promote and understand the use of natural aromatic plants in the pursuit of well-being, whether emotional, physical, or aesthetic. And I really want to thank you for being on this class tonight. I want to welcome you to the world of Young Living. For those who want additional information, I'm not going to stop. I'm going to keep on going. But if all you wanted to know was what Thieves was about, then maybe you're finished with me. But I'm going to share with you tonight.
Christina,
Yes?
don't forget to mention Saturday. Aren't we having a Young Living meeting Saturday on Zoom?
No, we're not. Young Living is going
Live,
to
I
be.
should say.
I'm sorry?
Facebook Live, aren't we doing a Young Living presentation on Saturday?
Young Living is going to be doing the presentation, and we will put those links out. Those of you who are on Project Broadcast will get that link, and those of you who are in my marketing sense, get my emails, will get that link, and we're going to put it out as soon as we get it, and they're saying that we're going to probably get it the 1st. So that's tomorrow. No later than Wednesday, they said. So yeah, thank you, Vonnie, for that. So what I want to teach you now, in a very short, kind of compressed training, is how to share Thieves. There's many, many people who have thought about doing Young Living as a business. I know the very first time I ever thought about it was in 1999. And here I am in the top 3% of $1 billion a year company. And it's because of what I'm going to teach you tonight in this short training that I was able to hit the rank of platinum and on my way to diamond. So this is how to share thieves. First of all, ask yourself the question, who is looking for thieves? I'll tell you right now, everybody is looking for thieves. Your friends, your neighbors, your relatives, local daycare centers, even if they're closed. If you know who runs those daycare centers, this is the time to call them. Tell them you have something for them. Neighborhood schools, senior citizen centers, hospitals and ICUs, nursing homes, pet stores, dental offices, chiropractic offices. All of these people need to know. The thing is you're afraid to tell them and they don't have a clue. Set aside the fear. I'm going to just tell you how to do that. First of all, you need to become a product of the product. If you're not using the products, there is no way that you're going to be able to share your passion, your emotional involvement with this product with other people. Ask yourself these questions. Am I really living the Young Living lifestyle? Am I a product of the product? Am I taking daily steps to improve myself in all areas of my health? And those areas are our physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, and social health. And we know now, right now, that it's hard to be social, physically, but we can be social on Zoom. We can be social on Skype. We can be social on Facebook Live. Am I seeking support from others if there is a block in my life? If you are on my team and you think that you have a block in your life, bring it on. I'm here to help you. And then, am I setting a high standard for my team? The number one way to become successful in this business and to share with others is to become an extraordinary listener. Listen with love and enthusiasm. This is a rare treasure. Few people listen to what we say anymore. Ask them a question and then listen to their answer. Ask and listen. Listen and then acknowledge what they said. If I understand what you're saying, you're concerned about your children, on the soccer field. Whatever they're telling you, acknowledge it and respond. And then this is the time when you're going to discover what your patrons, what your friends, your clients, whatever you want to call them, what their greatest health needs are. And many, many of them are living in fear right now because they don't know which way to turn. They're buying bleach and they're buying Purell and Germex and all of this stuff. This is the time that you need to engage in conversation. Call them. They're home. Trust me, there's not a better time to call them and say, I was thinking about you today. How's it going? Is everybody good in your household? What's your major health concern right now? And I'm going to pretty much guarantee that 99% of them are going to say, my major health concern right now is that I don't want my family, my kids in my family, to be exposed to the coronavirus. And you can say, I can help you with that. Would you be interested in me sharing how I think I can help with that? Engage in conversation about a healthier lifestyle. Gain clarity on the person that you're talking to and their health needs. Simply ask questions like, on a scale from 1 to 10, 10 being the best, how are you feeling right now, physically? And they're going to give you an answer, emotionally, mentally, socially, spiritually. Ask them to expound in these areas. I'm going to tell you right now that people want to talk to you. They want you to ask questions because they want someone who's going to listen to them. If they think you're not going to listen, they're not going to waste their breath. Have them expound. They'll start to tell you everything that's wrong with them. And this is what you want. Ask them if there's anything else that they want to talk about. anything else, because this is how you're engaging this person. This is how they know that you care, because you're listening with love. Then, and only then, is the time that you will educate them on the importance of making a commitment to their life and to their health. This is a conversation that you can have with your friend. Are you aware that it takes about 90 days for the cells of your body to restore themselves? Our bodies get out of balance over a lifetime, and it takes a long-term commitment to rebuild and restore our health. As we determine your health goals, I want you to know that I'm here to support you in meeting those goals. And I guess what I really need to know is, are you ready to make a commitment to your health? You know, they're going to give you one or two answers. You're either going to say, no, I'm not willing to commit to get healthier, or they're going to say yes. And 99.999% of the time, they're going to say, yeah, I'm committed to taking care of my health. Acknowledge that. If I hear you correctly, based on your answers, your most pressing health concern is, and let's just say chemical toxicity, and your second greatest health concern is your immune system right now. Is that correct? And they're going to give you an answer. So let me ask you then, do you currently have a budget in mind that you are willing to invest in your health each month? And there's going to be three possible responses. The first one is going to be, I really haven't thought about it. The second one would be, well, I have a little bit of money that I could invest in my health. Why? Or the last thing is, I don't have any money to invest in my health. And I'm going to show you that they do. If they say, I haven't really thought about it, affirm to them what a valuable person they are and how powerful it is for them to take responsibility to invest in their health. However, whatever words you need to use to affirm to them how valuable a person they are to you. They mean a lot to you. You wouldn't even be wasting your breath if they didn't. If they were to say, I have about $200 a month to invest in my health, then what you could say is, great. Wow, that's fantastic. Okay, well, so based on what I've learned about your health, I think I have a program in mind that I believe will allow you to have a great, experience great results. If they say they have $150 to invest in your health, you're going to say the same thing. That's great. That is awesome. Wow. High five over Skype, over the phone. I want to give you a high five. That's great, because I think I have a program in mind that might help you or allow you to experience great results. Or even if they only have $100 a month to invest, this is great. This is great. And I'm going to give you some examples. So what if they only have $50 to invest in their health a month? This is how you talk to them. Because honestly, it's like the person who buys the basic kit. When I talk about the basic kit, which comes with, what is it, 1 oil? No, 2 oils, I think now. Comes with Peace and Calming and Stress Away. Comes with 2 packs of Ningxia Red, and I think it might come with a hand sanitizer. That's it. There's not enough oil in there. There's not enough Young Living for them to experience and get a result. They might get a result from Stress Away or Pan Away. You're not going to get, exponential results from drinking 4 ounces of Ningxia Red. I'm just going to tell you that right now. It might give you a little energy for the day, but it's not going to change your world like it has for us who have been drinking it for, 15 years. So what you're going to say is, I honor you. I appreciate you. I appreciate what you're telling me, that you only have $50 a month to invest in your health. However, remember, it has taken a lifetime for your health to get out of balance, and $50 a month is not enough to turn your health around. I'm just going to be honest with you. If I can show you that you have an extra $50 in your budget that we can transfer over to your health, would you be willing to consider that? And most of the time they'll say, of course. Yeah, I'd consider that. If they say, I don't have any money to invest in my health, you then say, if I could show you that you have an extra $100 in your budget that we can transfer over to your health, Would you be willing to consider that? And then I would say, can we go into your medicine chest and under your kitchen sink right now, and let's take stock of a few things. Let's look at what you're spending your money on. The toothpaste, mouthwash, dental floss, and the chemical disinfectant sprays, the cleaning products, the room deodorizers, and the chemical Clorox wipes, the antibacterial soaps, hand sanitizers, cold medications, cough syrups, and cough drops. Let me share with you how much better you'll feel by eliminating these items that we just discussed. And that's going to provide you $100 that you can invest in your health and give them a personal testimony. How has Young Living changed your life? And if it hasn't, then you're not using enough Young Living. I'm just saying. So the next thing you're going to ask them is, great, are you ready to get started? Let's set your own wholesale account up and get your health plan, which will include a Thieves Premium Starter Kit. That's unless they want a diffuser. But we're talking about kicking toxic chemicals to the curb. So I think that it's important that they start with the Thieves Premium Starter Kit because they get the Thieves oil. Second, let's take a look at a few recommendations that will fit your needs and increase your nutritional health. And you can talk to them about Ningxia Red because you're going to tell them that they're going to get 2 packets of Ningxia Red in their Thieves Premium Starter Kit. This is a good time to bring up Ningxia Red. And then the third thing you're going to want to do is have them call you as soon as they receive their first shipment so that you can go through with them and discuss how to use their new products. They need to know how to use these things. There's nothing worse than getting something in the mail and going, okay, she talked me into this. Now what do I do with all this stuff? Be there for them. Here is the Thieves Premium Starter Kit. You get a 24% discount on all future Young Living products, a lifetime wholesale membership, and of course, you're going to kiss your germs goodbye forever. Here are some exciting tools to help you grow your business. You can get, I think that they still have the Thieves booklet out. I haven't checked these tools lately, but Essential Product Info is still out there, and so is Crown Diamond Tools. But I also want you to look at Discover LSP, discoverlsp.com. There's many things that you can still get out there. Here, another name for Discover LSP is lifesciencepublishers.com, and they have the Essential Oils Desk Reference. You can get Dr. Close's book, Nature's Mold RX, the non-toxic solution to toxic mold. And he also has a book called Toxic Mold, a breakthrough discovery, Saving Health and Home by Ed Close as well. And I don't think you can still get these 12 essential oils that wipe out disease-causing bacteria. I know that you might want to do a Google. You might find them used, somewhere. But these are very graphic and very informative. So, congratulations. You've just helped your friend overcome procrastination and decide to embark on a chemical-free lifestyle. You've also increased your group volume sales that has created a foundation for your Young Living organization, and you are enjoying greater health and vitality every day. That is the end of my presentation. If you have any questions, and I know that I haven't been looking at my chat, so I'm going to look at it now. No questions. Okay. If you have any questions and you'd like to unmute yourself or you have any comments, I am open right now for anything that you would like to say. We actually did pretty good. I'm going to do a repeat of this on Thursday night. So if you have friends and family that you think would be interested in watching this, that would be great. Invite them. It's the same link, same time.
Christina, I don't have a question, but I wanted to tell you thank you for letting us join in with you.
Oh, you're very, very welcome.
I appreciate it.
Absolutely. I just think everybody needs to have this information, tucked somewhere for when those friends ask you, well, why is Steve so good? How is it going to help me during this time? And now you've got a plethora of information to share with them.
Yeah, thank you.
You're very welcome. It's my pleasure.
Hi, Christina. This is Tamara Trainer.
Hey, Tamara.
Yay!
Gosh.
I'm under owner. I have, since I've gotten the girls, I make them put the Thieves on their feet every day, morning and evening. And even with them out of school, and we are not, sick or anything. So I use all the products, and that's all they use.
That's awesome. And nobody's sick. Well, you know what? That's what we like to hear. No illness.
Right.
It's so good to hear your voice, Tamara. Thank you for coming on.
Oh, my pleasure. I miss you guys and
We miss you.
miss all this stuff. I'm just busy with the girls.
Thank you.
Dana, I'm grateful that you have a few of your team members on. Thank you for sharing this with them. You are the best. Okay, anybody else? I don't like to shut you down if you've got a question. No question is silly. Elizabeth, do you have a question? You look like you're leaning forward.
Yeah. So how do you share like with your chiropractor in that? Is there, because I know there was something about the businesses having a different type of setup or whatever that they order through, or
They can have a professional account. My chiropractor has a regular wholesale membership. But one of the things, Dana, are you on?
But if you went out with some other dude, you'd be cool with it?
Yes, I am.
Dana, would you speak to the professional account because you do such a good job of that? Dana's going to speak right now about the difference between a wholesale account, a regular member account, and a professional account.
Hey Dana, hold up before you start doing that. Hey Pam, can you mute your mic?
Yes.
I think Pam's got her thing unmuted and I don't know if she realizes it.
Let me see if I
No, and I can't find it, so I'm trying.
That's okay.
Oh, I've got it. Mute. Okay, I just muted her.
Okay.
No problem. I got it. Okay, go ahead, Dana.
Okay. All right. So when you have you can have a retail account, which is going to obviously you're going to pay wholesale or retail. And then that's free. Anybody can have that. That they get.
I lost her, Christina. Can you hear her?
Back, am I here? Can
We
you
lost
hear me
you, Dana.
now?
Yeah, we can hear you.
There's somebody else that's not muted.
That's me. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So the retail is retail. And then you have the wholesale account, which is what most people have, which is where you buy the premium starter kit and you get 24% off of the retail pricing. And then that gives you the advantage of being able to enroll other people and earn commissions. Now, a professional account is for somebody that has a professional license or a small business and they're consuming these products in their business or selling them, but they have to sell them at a minimum advertised price of wholesale plus 10% at a minimum. And they get 40% off of the retail price. So the nice thing about that is that it's a easy way to get in with people that you maybe wouldn't be so easy with the network marketing model. You can go in and just open them up a wholesale account if they're like a dentist or a gym or
A chiropractor.
products. A chiropractor off. They don't have to have any certain amount of order every month. They don't have to order, but they can order whenever they want, and there's no cost to set the account up. So I don't promote those, but if it fits, I use them. And for me, I just need to get them oils I just need to get them using oils. That's the most important thing to me. And then, so however I can get them in there, and then I encourage them later to get their own wholesale account so they can at least earn commissions if that's something that they choose to do also.
The professional account does not allow them to build a business. You cannot sign someone up under a professional account. So, for example, you might have a professional account that orders $4,000 worth a month, which I do. And commissions paid out to the enroller of that account is only 50% of normal commissions. So you only get 50% of normal commissions, and that particular spa cannot sign anyone up. So the chiropractor in charge of that professional account signs up people under his regular membership account. But he can buy large amounts of product to include, 2-ounce bottles of Thieves?
1.8 ounce Thieves, lavender, and lemon.
Yeah, those 3 oils, they get large bottles. So if they're using them in their practice a lot, then that's really a great value for them. And if they're, using the Thieves cleaner and they're using a lot of the Thieves products in their dentist office or whatever, they're also going to get 40% off. So I really encourage them to have a wholesale member account and then sign up their business as a professional account if they choose to do that. And then I explain why. If you want more information on what it means to have a professional account, I want to say it's Resolutions will send you the forms. I have the forms in my email.
It's automated now.
Oh, is it? It's in the back office. It's in the virtual office.
Yeah, and there's a group on Facebook just for professional accounts, and that'll link you to, I don't think the page is published, but if you can get a link to it, then you would get, you can go right to it and set up their account.
It's good information. Thank you so much, Dana, for coming on at that last moment.
You're welcome.
And thank you, Elizabeth, for your question.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. Does anyone else have a question or a comment?
I have one.
Good, Dana, go for it.
I just thought about it. About 10 years ago, I signed up my friend who owned a school bus business, and she made Thieves cleaner for all the bus drivers to keep on their buses, to clean the bus with. Well, I'm sure that not all the bus drivers were clean like some of them, but one particular bus driver, every night when the kids got off her bus, she would use Thieves cleaner on all the seats. And that particular winter, none of the children on her bus were out sick. Just saying.
Wow, that's great.
Mm-hmm.
I want to acknowledge Donna, who is out of North Carolina. She said that her and her husband were out at Myrtle Beach all last week. And every day they put Thieves on the bottom of their feet and on their chest. And even when she felt that she had a headache or stuffiness or whatever was coming on, she immediately put on more Thieves. And she used extra vitamin C, and it has kept her symptom free. So that's a great testimony, Donna. Thank you so much for coming on tonight. I know we had a great group on tonight, and I appreciate each and every one of you. Again, I want to just remind you that on Thursday night, I'm going to do this again. You're going to hear the same spiel. I'm probably even going to read from Gottfasse's Aromatherapy. Dana, you'll find this real interesting. In the front of the book is a foreword by Robert Tesseron, and he is a British aromatherapist. And he said, this represents this book represents a, and I quote, there's quotes in this book, a missing link, unquote, for the 20th century aromatherapy. And I really believe that that's where Gary got that. I know that he studied this book. And, you know, he got the idea of the 4 Thieves and all of that from that book. Because there's not another book written like this. This is the original book on aromatherapy. So if you guys have a chance to get it, it says it cost me $26. Oh my gosh, it's not very thick. But it's well worth it, the information that's in it. All right, guys, I think that's it. I'm going to close it down. I hate to say goodbye. But it's getting late. So good night, everyone. Have a good, healthy night. See you later. Bye-bye.